What's going on YouTube? It's Ben, and in this video, we're going to talk about decisions and investments. So welcome to anybody that is brand new to my channel. I talk about entrepreneurship a lot. If that's your style, I highly suggest you become one of my subscribers by hitting that red subscribe button down below. I would truly appreciate it. And I absolutely appreciate all of you other loyal subscribers. Thank you so much for checking out another one of my YouTube videos. All right, so look, I view every single decision in my life as an investment. And I want to preface this, I'm not talking about money investments like stocks and bonds. I'm talking about life decisions as investments. For instance, whenever I park my car, I always back my car in so that when I do leave, I'm able to just drive right on out instead of having to back my car out again. That's literally how my brain works. Call it OCD, call it analytical, call it crazy. I think it's highly strategic. In fact, I think every single decision we make in our life is a highly strategic investment. Now, sometimes you might have to dig deep to understand exactly what the investment being made is and what the return is going to be, but in some form or another, every single decision you make, big or small, there is always some form of investment and some form of return. The whole thing about parking my car and backing it in so I can drive right out when I leave, that's a micro example of a decision I make that gives me a small return on a small investment of backing my car in whenever I park. But let's get way more strategic than that. Let's talk about larger decisions that create larger investments and larger returns in your life. For instance, how about the decisions you make around your diet, what you eat, what you drink? That can be an investment with a return of either a healthy body and a healthy mind, or a not so healthy body and not so healthy mind. How about your decision on whether to pursue higher education and go to college or not? That can have an investment with a return of multiple angles. Maybe you decided to use those 4 years instead of going to college to start a software company that you then sold for a couple $1,000,000. Or maybe instead you decided to start working right away, and over the 4 years that other people went to college, you gained valuable experience in the workplace. And that's the investment you made based on your decision. And the return on that is the fact that you now have tons of experience in maybe a really valuable field. All right, now here's where it gets really interesting. You can actually customize every decision you make as an investment to get a return on the exact thing that you want. Did you even realize that? So I know this is sort of meta thinking, but just for a second, humor me and imagine that every single thing you want already exists. It's already out there, it's there for the taking. However, for you to actually get precisely what you want, you need to make the right investments. Or in common terms, you need to make the right decisions. The truth of it is that most people just run on autopilot, meaning they pretty much make decisions or investments based on however they feel at the certain time, or however their life is going, or just whatever comes to them at that given moment. These are the types of people that don't make real strategic investments or decisions. They don't understand that the decisions they make, the investments they make, are going to have a real return. They will return something to them. They'll have an outcome, a consequence. However you want to put it, their decisions will result in something. The difference between the two is one runs on autopilot and pretty much any return comes to it that comes to it. One runs on strategy and the decisions and investments made will return exactly what was intended for. Consider your life to be a game of chess. Now, a master chess player knows the next 10 moves that they're going to make regardless of whatever the other player is doing. The other player in this scenario being life. I personally live my life like a strategic master chess player. I make investments with returns with specific items that I want. Whether it's money, success in business, status, lifestyle, whatever it is you're after, whatever it is that you actually want, you have to be forward thinking. You have to be strategic. All right, so now we're just getting to the good part, and this is the really, really good part. So I applaud all of you that are still watching. If you're still watching, you definitely owe yourself a smash of that like button, please, if you would. So the beauty of the human mind is that we all have the power to make decisions. Now, the point I'm trying to make is that we also have the power to choose what decisions we make. Not only the fact that we can make decisions, but we can customize and get exactly specific on what investments we need to make or decisions we need to make. And if we choose wisely, we get the returns of our investment decisions. So as an entrepreneur, I have personally found that some of the best decisions and thus investments that I've made are in my personal life, my business life, and of course, in myself. To get specific, these are things like joining masterminds, working with mentors, and some of the best performance coaches that you could ever imagine. Now, these investments or decisions that I've made for myself to invest in myself have given me the best customized returns that I've wanted because I decided strategically beforehand exactly what I did want out of it. So what I want to tell you is to consider what you want. Consider your decisions. Consider that every single decision you make is an investment in yourself, and that will yield a specific return. I promise you, by utilizing this strategy of understanding your decisions and thus your investments that you make, you can pretty much unlock anything that you want. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button and the alert button so that you know every single time I come out with a new video. Until then.